Credit cards and debit cards are two of the most common payment methods in the world. They both look similar, and they both let you buy things without carrying cash. But they have some key differences that can affect your finances, security, and lifestyle. So, what are these differences, and how do you decide which one to use? Let's find out. 1. Security. One of the main differences between credit cards and debit cards is how they protect you from fraud and theft. Credit cards offer more security than debit cards because they are not linked to your bank account. If someone steals your credit card or uses it without your permission, you can report it to your credit card company and dispute the charges. You are not liable for any unauthorized transactions, and your money is safe. Debit cards, on the other hand, are directly connected to your bank account. If someone steals your debit card or uses it without your permission, they can drain your money before you notice. You can report it to your bank and try to get your money back, but it may take longer and be more difficult. You may also be liable for some or all of the unauthorized transactions, depending on your bank's policies and how quickly you report the fraud. So, in terms of security, credit cards are better than debit cards because they offer more protection and less risk. 2. Rewards. Credit cards and debit cards also differ in the types of rewards they provide. Credit cards often come with various benefits, such as cash back, points, miles, discounts, and other perks. You can earn these rewards by using your credit card for everyday purchases and then redeem them for things like travel, shopping, entertainment, and more. Credit cards can also help you save money on fees, interest, and exchange rates if you use them wisely. Debit cards, on the other hand, usually do not offer any rewards or benefits. They are simply a way to access your money and pay for things. Some debit cards may offer a small amount of cash back or discounts, but they are not as common or as generous as credit cards. So, in terms of rewards, credit cards are better than debit cards because they offer more incentives and opportunities to save money. 3. Fees. Credit cards and debit cards also vary in the types of fees they impose. Credit cards can have various fees, such as annual fees, late fees, over-limit fees, balance transfer fees, foreign transaction fees, and more. These fees can add up and eat into your rewards and savings if you are not careful. You can avoid some of these fees by paying your bill on time, staying within your credit limit, and choosing a card that suits your needs and habits. Debit cards, on the other hand, usually have fewer or no fees, as long as you use them at your own bank's ATM or network. However, some debit cards may charge you fees for using them at other ATMs, for overdrawing your account, for replacing your card, or for other services. You can avoid some of these fees by checking your balance, choosing a bank that has many ATMs or partners, and reading the fine print. So, in terms of fees, debit cards are better than credit cards because they have fewer or no fees as long as you use them properly. 4. Interest. Credit cards and debit cards also have different interest charges. Credit cards charge interest on the money you borrow if you do not pay your balance in full every month. The interest rate can vary depending on your credit card, your credit score, and the market conditions. The interest can compound over time and increase your debt if you only pay the minimum amount or miss payments. Debit cards, on the other hand, do not charge interest because they do not let you borrow money. They only let you spend the money you have in your bank account. You do not have to worry about paying interest or accumulating debt, as long as you have enough money to cover your purchases. So, in terms of interest, debit cards are better than credit cards because they do not charge interest or create debt. 5. Credit score. Your credit score is a number that reflects your creditworthiness based on your payment history, credit utilization, credit mix, credit age, and credit inquiries. Credit cards can help you build or improve your credit score if you use them responsibly. A good credit score can help you qualify for better loans, mortgages, insurance, and other financial products. Debit cards, on the other hand, do not affect your credit score because they do not report to the credit bureaus. They do not show how you manage your debt because they do not involve any debt. They only show how you manage your money, which is not the same as credit. So, in terms of credit score, credit cards are better than debit cards because they can help you build or improve your credit score if you use them responsibly. 6. Budgeting. Your budgeting is also different depending on whether you use credit cards or debit cards. Credit cards can make it easier or harder to budget, depending on how you use them. Credit cards can facilitate budgeting and cash flow, as they allow you to monitor and organize your spending, as well as defer payments until you have more funds. On the other hand, credit cards can make it harder to budget because they can tempt you to overspend by giving you access to more money than you have. They can also make it harder to save money by charging you interest and fees if you do not pay your balance in full every month. Debit cards, on the other hand, can make it easier or harder to budget, depending on how you use them. On one hand, debit cards can make it easier to budget because they force you to spend only the money you have. By preventing you from borrowing money and by sparing you from interest and fees with proper use, they can also help you steer clear of debt and save money. On the other hand, debit cards can make it harder to budget because they do not offer any rewards or benefits. They can also make it harder to track your spending if you do not keep your receipts or check your statements. So, in terms of budgeting, credit cards and debit cards have their advantages and disadvantages, depending on how you use them. As you can see, credit cards and debit cards are different in many ways, and they both have their pros and cons. The best one for you depends on your spending needs, habits, and goals. Here are some tips on how to use both cards wisely and responsibly. 1. Use credit cards for secure, rewarding, or credit-boosting purchases like online, travel, emergency, or big spending. 2. Use debit cards for controlled, saving, or debt-free purchases like groceries, bills, rent, or daily spending. 3. Pay your credit card balance in full every month to avoid interest and fees and to improve your credit score. 4. Check your debit card balance regularly to avoid overdrafts and fees and to manage your money. 5. Review your credit card and debit card statements to monitor your spending, catch any errors, and plan your budget. 6. Choose a credit card and a debit card that suit your needs and habits and compare the features, benefits, and costs of different options. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video helpful and interesting. Also, let me know in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video.